Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin, and we are on we are on episode 17 of The Last of Us Part 2. Last time, what happened? Oh yeah, so we were walking around our little theater that Dina and Ellie came across. We found, I guess, like a radio, and there was a key underneath. And then we brought ourselves to the theater, started playing guitar, and now we're in this flashback where Joel has given Ellie a birthday gift, and what it seems to be so far is that he has brought us to a dinosaur museum, and it's awesome. And I feel like this is like after the events of the first game, because this is taking place afterwards. I think Ellie can afford the lack of urgency and like the where she can just stare into a mirror for as long as she wants to make faces. That it's like she's earned it. She's been through hell with Joel, and this is like their, you know, even before her meeting Joel, like her life has always been a roller coaster. Growing up in this you know post apocalypse. Hey, Papa Pig, how's it going? It's been a couple of weeks, a little bit more than a couple
Albatross.
weeks.
Sounds like a pill.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do this sooner. There's some factors that came into play, like for instance, I'm showing my sister the final season of Soul, and her availability is limited. So whenever she has a chance to watch, I kind of jump on that. And yes, there was another vacation where my longtime friend who I grew up with, who was my neighbor behind me when I was growing up, him and his family invited me to their. His parents have a lake house upstate New York, and so I spent a 3 day weekend there with friends that I grew up with in the neighborhood. They had jet skis, which was awesome. I've never been on a jet ski before, but they have two jet skis that just go right into the lake, and um, that was a lot of fun. I felt like I was Coco in Crash Bandicoot, or like playing Jet Moto, but in real life, and it's just so addicting. After being on a jet ski, like I was a little nervous at first because I was like, oh god, I don't know if I'm gonna like mess this up, but they're really easy to use, and really fun, and it's like I want one now, but I also would have to have like a lake or some body of water to like have one. But that was a lot of fun. And yeah, and plus we've had some heat waves, like a bit of heat waves, so it's just really this is like the one chance I was able to kind of just because I don't like to do this with the AC on because the AC is loud and the fans are loud and it just messes up the audio. So there's that. I have nothing but rain. Well, is it as long as things are cool over there? I'll take some rain. I was honestly thinking like I was honestly kind of like missing the rain around here. It hasn't rained in a while, or at least when it does, it's never in an opportune time when I can enjoy it. At least I feel like I did
Perhaps
these
a
already.
50-cent word.
See, I already did these, so I don't want to repeat myself. But I hope I'm not like
Brackets. What's those bonus?
I just hope I'm not messing up something from triggering by not putting a hat on all these dinosaurs. But I did, and it spawned me near the bathroom, so I'm guessing they saved that part. So let's just move on. Got some fossils, big footprints. It's crazy. Like I was actually thinking about dinosaurs recently. It's just crazy that these carnivores existed. I know it's such a cliche thing to like be impressed with, but it really it really is. It's like these are monsters living with us, not with us, before us.
Velociraptor.
There's
So small. I guess you can't trust the movies.
I guess the Velociraptors is small. Yeah, and Velociraptors in Jurassic Park are usually huge, or at least like a little bigger than a human. Allosaurus, Iguanodon. Guessing that's a herbivore. Is that a T-Rex? Tyrannosaurus Rex. What's that? Paxiphilosaurus.
Look how thick this one's skull is.
Kinda looks like Tommy.
I'm telling him you said that.
It's like a clicker dinosaur.
Catch it in the right light. Boom. Tommy.
Parasaurolophus. Okay. Yeah, so... Also, can I say rest in peace, Hector Salamanca? Yes, Mark Margolis passed away in Mount Sinai in New York City today. Yesterday, Thursday. He was 83. It's a shame, yeah. I mean, he lived, at least he lived a long life. At least he was able to, with all, Better Call Saul went through a lot of, hiatuses. There was COVID, there was Bob's heart attack, and there was a lot of waiting between seasons. So, as a fan of the show, I'm just grateful that Mark Margolis was able to be in the whole thing and to completion. And then it's like now you have the writer's strike and the actor, the SAG after strike, so things are going to be halted for a while. So it's like Better Call Saul is really a show that just it came at the right time, where if they waited just a year later with that, it could have just been a completely different direction that the show would have went in, because of how things have been affected. Yeah, but he was a great actor. I remember watching behind the scenes stuff with him too. He just seemed like a really cool guy, behind the actor. I knew him also. He was in Oz, HBO's Oz. He played kind of like a drug boss, I think, in that too. But he was, Oz takes place in jail. He played a really great character there. And also, a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, I watched Scarface for the first time, and he has a pretty significant role in that movie, and he did good there. Yeah, he was in Scarface, as well as Don Eladio, who's played by what's the actor's name? It's gonna kill me if I can't remember. But he was he plays Al Pacino's friend in that. Al Pacino's what's his name? Tony Montana's friend or partner.
Whoa. This one looks like a bird.
Oviraptor.
Well, actually, paleontologists believe the birds were descended from dinosaurs.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Professor.
I happen to know a thing or two.
Last chance to look at me, Hector. God, it's so good. And you know what I love? I love in Better Call Saul, because I was just watching this episode recently with my sister, when Gus goes to visit Hector with Juan Bolsa, and they're giving him their condolences about Lalo, because they think Lalo's dead, and Hector is just so smug because he knows he's alive, and he actually looks at Gus in the face with this grin as he kind of shakes his hand for a fake, thinking he's fooling Gus into a truce. I think in retrospect, it's like ever since then, what happens with the show, what happens, you know, how Gus knew that he was lying, or that Hector knew something. That was like the moment where Hector knew never to look him in the eye again, never give him any clue as to what is going on in Hector's mind. Like, so it's just poetic that like the final time he actually looks him in the eye, it's when he knows that Hector has Gus in you know, that he like cornered him basically. Such a great pairing of shows.
How about that?
Joel, look.
That is a hat on a dinosaur.
It's called a hatasaur.
Oh, I didn't do it all. I think that's the first dialogue thing. Let's go back, because I need to know what the payoff is to this. We'll do it real quick. But yeah, rest in peace, Mark Margolis. Excellent actor.
Whoa, this one's brain was the size of a walnut.
No way. Looks
No.
like you two have something in common.
Oh, good one.
So, I was playing Dead Space, and honestly, I was like the week after the last episode. I was supposed to talk about this.
Please don't let it be.
But what happened was, now you've beaten Dead Space, right?
Hey, Joel,
Ellie.
I don't think I did that last time.
don't you dare take it off. My birthday, my rules.
Wait, so then the hat can't be put on the dinosaurs now? That's interesting. Okay, so what happened was I was playing Dead Space. I was enjoying it. I was having a blast. I was at chapter 3, and I get to the part where there's that big, long
The dime
arm that grabs you?
was an apex predator.
It's an apex predator.
The
and
most badass.
I didn't
predator.
have enough ammo apparently to get kill the orange
Wait, what are you talking
bulb
about me?
in the middle of the arm. So now I'm stuck at that part and it's not allowing me to proceed. So I basically have to start the game over, I think. Which stinks.
Brachiosaurus ate 600 pounds of plants each day.
It's kind of discouraging.
Imagine the poops.
It's kind of discouraging because I was so invested in my skill tree and like my weapons tree or whatever, and I was scrounging for like every little piece. I was doing like the side objectives. Surely that's what I asked. I asked Reddit if there was a way, and they said. Actually, I think there is. I think someone said that you can load a previous save, maybe from an autosave. I don't know if that's possible if I can do that, but that would probably be my best bet. I can load a previous save that will allow me to save my like more of that like machine gun ammo. But pretty much I didn't realize this game was going like I knew it was like a survival horror type game in the same way Resident Evil is, but I didn't realize it was gonna because I know my friend is playing like the Resident Evil whatever remake or whatever, and he's been a long time fan of that series, and he does like multiple playthroughs, and that's like a normal thing where like you can get jammed up in a section if you don't have like the proper equipment or ammo or health or whatever, and then you can run into the problem of you have to start again. Oh, here's another hat. Does this mean I can put it on dinosaurs again? Let's try. So I put one on. I'm sorry that we're stuck in this part still. But yeah.
Gallimimus's name means...
But I did enjoy. I was really enjoying it.
Who names these?
Scientists.
Well, They're dumb.
And other than that, I had to take a break from it because of that, though. I'll get back to it soon, but
Whatever floats your boat.
This does.
in the
All
meantime,
day.
after the last episode, I got level 100 on the battle pass for Crash Team Rumble, and I got level 15 for Embryo. So now I have Coco, Crash, and Embryo all leveled up. I'm working on Ripperoo right now. I haven't played it like in a good week. I played it yesterday for a bit, and they had that TNT event thing going on, which was kind of neat. But I haven't really like played it extensively in a week. But it is a good game to like play to a podcast and just just chill and mess around.
Did you go to museums a lot?
Tell Toys for Bob to stop using limits for stuff.
Sarah loved him. I swear that girl dragged me to every damn museum in Texas.
Sarah loved museums, apparently. Okay. I just want to make sure I got all the hat parts. I heard about that. There's a limit or something for this thing. For this TNT thing. I don't know if I care that much, to be honest. I know it's a really cheap practice from Toys for Bob, but isn't this like an early access event? And then eventually they're just going to roll it out for everyone to be able to get it? Because if that's the case, it's not the worst thing in the world, I don't think. Alright, let's go upstairs. Wait. Can I get my hat back? But I don't know if we talked about this last time either, but I guess it's final now that Activision owns Microsoft owns Activision, and everything's gonna pretty much fall into place. They have a Call of Duty deal for 10 years, but not necessarily with any of the other IP like Crash, Tony Hawk, or Spyro. I think I could see Microsoft just doing it as a timed exclusive or something, or some type of just giving those IP special treatment or something. Because I don't see them taking Crash off the PlayStation. I know it was a $70 billion deal or whatever, but I feel like you're really ripping the audience base a new one by just putting it on one platform when primarily these games are played on on PlayStation. Like even when say Crash N. Sane Trilogy came out, and I wanted to look at GameFAQs, and I would go to the PlayStation 4 GameFAQs, and then I was like, you know what, let me look at the Xbox GameFAQs, and this is before they merged all the platforms together into one message board. But I remember going to the Xbox One GameFAQs, and it was just a ghost town. And for me, meanwhile, the PlayStation 1 was just flooded. So for me, it's like, that's pretty telling that most of the people were playing on PlayStation to begin with. And even if you just get a cut of the pie by letting PlayStation have it, I think that's fine, Microsoft could literally make Crash, and they could. They have that power, but is it smart to do that business-wise? Like, they could do that and, but I gotta tell you, if they make Crash or Spyro exclusive, new titles exclusive on Xbox, that's not going to make me get an Xbox. I think I'm just going to move on. I'll find other things to play. I'll play my backlog. There's so many Crash and Spyro, there's so many Crash games already on PlayStation, so I don't really need. I can live, I think, without that if they were to do that. But that's just me. I know some people may be different. I'm sure that it would change things, but
Looks like a giraffe.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
huh. Callback.
I see the appeal.
Told you.
Would you get an Xbox? if it was. I mean, or do you have? Or do you already have an Xbox? I don't remember if you did. I'll buy an Xbox if I have to. Okay. Well, that's true too. Is that I know that you've had you don't you own like every Crash Bandicoot game, even like the Game Boy games. So like obviously, if the game was on Game Boy or whatever, you've already gone to Nintendo. So why not go to Extinction? It is still not fully understood what caused the blah 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 extinction of the dinosaurs. However, most scientists agree that it was likely triggered by a large asteroid hitting the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico over 65 million years ago. Imagine being hit by an asteroid. An estimated something 50.3 mile in diameter, the Chicxulub impactor created a hole 62 miles wide and 19 miles deep in the earth. The shock caused by the impact would have triggered a mega tsunami over 300 feet tall, volcanic eruptions, and earthquakes worldwide. A cloud of external hot ash and steam would have spread from the crater in less than a second after impact, destroying everything in its path. Anything living outside of the initial impact zone would deal with emission dust and debris covering the earth for years or even decades. The dust would have blocked out the sun's rays, slowing photosynthesis and dramatically cooling the Earth's surface. It's crazy that The Last of Us is kind of like this, like, fictional post-apocalypse. That's what, which seems far-fetched, but it's based on real science in a way with the cordyceps and everything. And we think of it, it's all fiction or whatever. It could happen, it's all fiction, but in reality, something crazy like this has already happened when it comes to like an extinction event or a post-apocalyptic event, where we were reborn as like humans were reborn afterwards. It's just crazy to think how I like how Neil Druckmann uses this in context to what this game story is or world is. I used to have the GBA games as a child. Okay. I would have liked to have the GBA games as a child. I didn't have a Game Boy Advance. I had Game Boy Color, so there weren't any Crash games on that. But yeah. Do I have all the? Can I go back? I think they're forcing me through. Okay, I think we already did it. Oh, we're in space now.
Did you know this was here?
Oh, you don't like it. We can head back.
Oh, shut up.
Walk through the stars. Have you seen Oppenheimer in the Barbie movie? No, I have not. My sister is currently at the Barbie movie as we speak. I was actually looking at Oppenheimer showtimes. I want to see the Barbie movie too. I heard it's amazing. Yeah, I have not. I have yet to see either. I was actually thinking about letting inquiring in my friends group chat to see if they wanted to go. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. What you got here?
Oh. Hey, Joel, can you name all the planets?
They're behind you.
My very educated mother just served us nice pizzas.
Did you just have a stroke?
My Mercury, very Venus, mother Mars.
Oh, okay. I get it. That's pretty cool.
Also, there's apparently aliens. I mean, I believe in aliens, but the fact that it's like being more brought to the forefront now with the government hearings and stuff about it, and how the sightings about how they, the weird crafts that the Air Force has come across. They're supposed to be like cubes, but they don't they don't they don't use the physics that we're used to. It's pretty wild. It makes you wonder if they're like time travelers from the future or something, or and apparently they have bodies uh, on hand. I believe in aliens because Stephen Hawking believed in aliens, and Stephen Hawking's a smart man. But it's just like we would be arrogant to think that aliens don't exist. Like we are like a speck in the universe, and for us to exist, for life so unique and random on our planet to exist, it has to be possible all over the place, and for different periods of time too. So it's for me, it's like it's crazy. Like I think it will definitely be the next craziest moment in human history when aliens are confirmed. I mean, they're more or less confirmed, but I mean, like when aliens come and visit us, and it's like a big event, in the same way, like like Christopher Columbus thought he was uh, gonna go to India or whatever, and then he ended up in what would become the United States and discovered Native Americans. Like that was a big event in human history. I don't think we're prepared for what will happen when aliens and us make contact, and the shift that's going to happen in our lives. Like imagine the technology that can be bestowed upon us, or the destruction that can be wrought. Like it's insane. Like today, there in Union Square in New York City, there was a YouTuber influencer who caused like mass chaos in the streets, where they had to send like 1,000 cops because he was giving doing like a giveaway of like PlayStation 5s and like gaming stuff, and people are acting like lunatics in the street over nothing. Like there's no cause, there's nothing. Like it's literally people just damaging property, doing all this like juvenile stuff, and it's like imagine when aliens actually come here, how screwed people like that are. Like people who like you see on TikTok flipping out on fast food workers because they didn't get their sandwich right. Imagine what happens when the aliens come. Like I think those people who like go crazy over nothing, they're gonna lose their minds, and the world is gonna be there's gonna be people who are gonna like I think we're in for some like a rude awakening when it comes to what we should be valuing and what because I don't know, it's just really crazy to think about. I just think we're so unprepared for like higher levels of life coming into contact with us.
You know how many times we've been to the moon?
Twice.
6 times.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna make it 7.
I think in our lifetime something like that's going to happen. I would not be surprised, and I think it's becoming more and more prevalent that something with aliens is going to happen in our lifetime.
Hey, Joel, guess what the first animal to go to space was?
I don't have to guess. That was a monkey.
No, it was fruit flies. Yeah, in 1947. It was to see radiation exposure at high altitudes. And they lived through it.
Dadgum, bro, you are smart.
Thanks.
Did they become superfly?
What?
No.
The amount of species on Earth, and especially the weird and strange creatures that are found in the deep ocean, it's like it's almost like we already are in contact with aliens. Like they say, like whales and like octopuses and a lot of sea life are actually like super intelligent. They I think whales actually have debatably a more complex language system than humans do, with their clicks and beeps and all that they do underwater, like the high pitch frequencies and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's just so insane how nature is like.
Whoa.
Tell me another fun fact.
Astronauts say the moon smells like gunpowder.
That is a fun fact. Well, wait, how would
Yeah.
they...
Oh, well, they would take the moon samples back inside and smell them later, I guess. Okay, what's next?
You tell me.
Quiz me.
I don't know. Who was the first person in space?
Oh, it's easy. Yuri Gagarin.
Gagarin? Is that...
Gagarin? I don't know how you say it. I've only read it, so... Anyway, he flew to space on April 12th, 1961.
Color me impressed. How many books have you read about this?
Come on, Joel. Isn't that incredible?
Why don't you tell me what you like about it?
I don't know. People in your time, they had it easy.
I guess relatively speaking, sure.
I mean, they didn't need to go to space, but they did it anyway. It's ballsy.
Ballsy. All right, kiddo. Now I get it.
Fuck yeah.
Where's the steering wheel?
Rovers don't use steering wheels. They use joysticks.
Huh. Hang on. Is the real one?
Well, considering they left the real ones on the moon, I would say no.
Oh, by the way, because this rover reminded me of the second episode of Futurama, back in 2000 or 1999. But the new Futurama on Hulu, really really good. It's 2 episodes so far, and it feels like the old show. Really enjoying that. Like, I really look forward to I think it's Monday, but it's like they make the episode available at historical midnight on Sunday. So, really good. Really enjoying it. I hope they put it on. I hope Hulu puts it on like DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, because, like, because I also subscribe to Hulu to watch The Bear, which I also recommend. Oh, by the way, you have to watch The Bear, because there is an episode in season 2 that features an actor that you would really like, and it's like one of their best performances I've ever seen. The Bear is so good. It's about this, yeah. Futurama is great from the beginning. Like, you know, if you can ever get a chance, because it's all on Hulu, but I have the DVDs. But if you ever get a chance to watch that show, it's great. Yeah, The Bear is really great. Not just because of the actor I'm talking about who's in it, and he gives us an incredible performance, and the episode in general is like one of the best episodes of television I've ever seen. It's up there. It's honestly up there with, like, to me, like, with like Ozymandias of Breaking Bad, and like the best of Better Call Saul's episodes, or like, you know, like the David episode, like for this year, the David episode of The Last of Us. Like, I really hope they win Emmys for this particular episode in season 2. But the whole show is amazing. Like, The Bear is great. The first season, I think it's 8 episodes, and the second season's 10 episodes. It's on Hulu. It's about this chef who, you know, he has a brother, and his brother has this restaurant that's kind of like a hole in the wall in Chicago. You know, it's a very like, you know, just like the restaurant's like, just like, they're just struggling to keep the restaurant going, but like the brother of the guy who owns the restaurant is like a top class chef of like, and it's almost like he became a chef in inspiration of his brother who runs this really hole in the wall restaurant, and he's just really good. And then he has to take over the restaurant, and it's just so like it's supposed to be a comedy because it's like a half hour, like a 30 minutes, but sometimes it goes to an hour. But it's really more like a dramedy. I would think of it more as a drama that has comedy, and it's so good. It's so anxiety ridden and original, and it's awesome. Like, definitely recommend. Like, it's like, and the reason I'm thinking about it right now is that I want to pick it up on Blu-ray, but Hulu hasn't put it out on physical yet at all. So, and that's kind of disappointing because it deserves it. But it's honestly, it's my favorite show after Saul. Now that Saul's over, this is my new show, and it just got renewed for season 3. It's so good. What we got here? What did I just draw? One day. I think I read this last time. Okay, cool. I looked it up and it's on Disney Plus here. The Bear is? Because I know it's an FX original, but it's only on Hulu from what I can tell. But if it's on Disney Plus, I guess that's cool. Or are you talking about Futurama? Because Futurama is also on Hulu. In the UK, maybe that's why. What we got here? Oh, The Bear, nice. Okay. Yeah, definitely. The Bear is so good. It's directed, like the writing, the directing, the acting, uh, everything about it is just like they need to win all the awards for that show. Oh, I'm just giving up my hat, I guess. Oh, this is why.
So cool.
How does it smell in there?
Like space. And dust.
Gunpowder. Am I just trying on different helmets? I thought I was going to give one to him. I wonder if there's like different outcomes depending on what helmet you have on. Alright, let's see what we got here.
Whoa.
After you. Watch your hand.
What the heck?
Okay.
Wow.
As you look at all these buttons.
It's so badass. Man. Could you imagine just...
Happy birthday, kiddo.
What is this?
This is a thing that took a mighty effort to find. Take it. Close your eyes. It'll be worth it.
Okay.
30 seconds and counting. Astronauts reported feel good. T-minus 25 seconds. seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
I do okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You're welcome, kiddo. What do you say we keep looking around, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Hey. Welcome to Earth.
Yeah.
I love this moment. This was so unexpected when I first remember seeing this. Like, the last thing... it was just awesome to be in this museum to begin with, like, because, you know, after, you know, with all what's going on in this game, you know, the dread and the hate that it gets or whatever, and it's just, this is just one of those moments that it's just so rewarding because of the nature of this game and everything. It's so good. Like, you don't expect to go to space, pretty much, in Ellie's headspace, you know, pardon the pun, but for her to have that imagination and for Joel to give that to her, like, such a sweet moment. Twisted Metal, I actually just sent my friend, like, the Rotten Tomatoes. Not that I ever give Rotten Tomatoes any, like, real credence or whatever, but it is surprising how great the reviews are for it. I haven't seen it. And, you know, David Jaffe, who created Twisted Metal, and he was, like, a little on the fence with it when they were showing the trailers. Like, he was open-minded to it, though, but now he seems to, like, really, really enjoy it, really love it. And, you know, he's probably the toughest critic that, for something like that. But a lot of, not like, critics gave it a fair, like, critics like it, critics think it's good, and the audience seems to be really responding to it. Just regular people, which you'd think that would be like the most harshest critics of all, people who grew up with the franchise. So it makes me wonder if the trailers were just or like the sneak peeks that they showed were just out of context and just misleading to representing how the quality of what the show actually is. I'm willing to give it a chance. I feel like, and today I sent my friend, you know, that, you know, it seems that the reviews are actually surprisingly good for it because he was looking forward to it. He's actually not much of a gamer, but he played that with me back in the day, and he likes that. My friend Jimmy, like he always loved Twisted Metal, and he was looking forward to the show. But when we were showing those trailer, like when those trailers first came out, they just seemed out of, the tone seemed off and all that. But it looks like they're onto something with this. So I'm definitely willing to. Am I going the right way? I don't think I can go this way. Yeah, I'm definitely willing to give it a shot. It's cool to see that The Last of Us had a great adaptation, and now Twisted Metal is getting, you know, maybe it's not the greatest thing, maybe it's not going to win Emmys or anything, but I'm glad people are enjoying it, and it's another hit. Like, it's not another Halo TV show or whatever. It's getting good praise for, you know, what it's worth, I guess. Guess we'll go through this door.
Here.
There's more museum stuff over there.
Yeah, I never checked out that building.
Well, let's go.
And just how do you plan on getting yourself over there? Ellie, God! Never give anyone else this much grief.
Get down here.
No!
Hey, whose birthday is it?
You can't keep doing that.
I want a good splash. We've got more exploring to do.
Geronimo!
Nice.
Damn, he got far for someone who didn't dive. Kind of want to see what this body of water has to offer here. Should I dive? Is there anything down here? Here's what I want to know about the Twisted Metal show, though. Like, I don't know. Have you seen it? Because I'm wondering, is there any use of like any like heavy metal or like hard rock music in it at all, like that the old Twisted Metal games had? Oh, you didn't see it? Because I know they've been using like a lot of pop music in the trailers, ironically, and maybe it's used sincerely in the show at some point. But I feel like it's got to have some like sense of like Rob Zombie or something, you know, like Rob Zombie played a big part in the soundtrack of like those original games. I don't know how much, because I have 1 and 3. And I played Black back in the day. I picked up Black at the store, at a video game store, but I haven't played it yet. Earlier this year, I think it was in January, but yeah, that type of music had a big role in the tone of that show, or the tone of that game, those games or whatever. So I'm hoping that they. You know, I'm open to them using whatever music they want, but I hope that there's a bit of that to kind of, you know, hit on that, like, you know, nostalgia, or, you know, hit on like what the game's sense of tone was intended to be, in a way. All right, this is a bear. What is this, the Ursine Museum or something? Oh, it's like a wildlife museum. Let's see. I just want to see what's underwater here. If anything. I don't think there's anything of use here. Can I die in this? I feel like they weren't giving me like a breath meter, but alright, let's move on, I guess.
Hey, Hey, who's being there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll open the door for you. Come on, we can't chicken out now.
We don't know if this is infected, vetted yet.
Alright. Go. There.
Okay, bad news. There's shit blocking the door.
Well, see if you can find me another way in. I'll walk around the outside.
Okay, be safe.
You be safe.
There are dinosaurs around.
I would not be screaming as much as I can, but I think Ellie knows better that as soon as she climbed on that windowsill, she would have made some noise that would have triggered something by now. So I think she kind of had an idea like that something would have happened. If I was up there though, I would have like chucked something down first to make noise, see if there was any clickers or infected. Looks like we're all good here. Let's keep going. Where are we? The Natural History Center, Wyoming. That's a big moose.
Ooh, stay strong, buddy.
Got another card. Sora. Sora, real name Ziyi Ging. Jing or Yang, I don't know. Brains 80, Brawn 80, affiliation Spark. Noted paleontologist and geneticist Ziyi Ying. I think it's Ying, like J's supposed to be like a Y. Worked in secret with the scientists at Spark, attempting to splice human and dinosaur genes together, using herself as the test subject. She succeeded beyond her wildest expectations. Now, when she feels trapped or endangered, her body transforms into a hybrid dinosaur. The spike tail of a Stegosaurus, the armor of an Ankylosaurus, and the speed of a Velociraptor. A formidable opponent by any measure, the Society of Champions has one reliable strategy: make her feel calm and safe until danger is afoot. Neutral villain. Okay. I killed for them. That's not good.
This guy needed a hug.
Bighorns. Those wolves are huge, man. Buffalo, bison. So other than that, there really isn't any, like, because I'll play Dead Space again at some point, but I'm not in any rush to get any games. I guess Spider-Man 2 is going to be like one of the last games I get for this year if I'm being conservative. Maybe I'll get some things for my backlog, but I'm in no rush to get anything right now. I'm having fun just casually playing Crash Team Rumble. I did notice that, and this kind of piqued my interest, is that they announced that there's going to be a Nickelodeon All Stars 2, and this time there's going to be audio or like voice acting, and I feel like the sequel, and it's supposed to be like all the original roster plus whoever else they're going to add. So I feel like, I know you picked up the first Nickelodeon All Stars. I can see myself picking up the second one, and just considering the first one is kind of like a practice one for the team that did it. Because I was a big Nickelodeon guy as a kid, and it would be cool to play as those characters in a fighting game. I don't know when that comes out, but I think maybe that's later this year, so maybe that's something I can consider. But yeah, that's something that caught my eye. it looks way better than the original. Yeah. So if it's something cool where like they just like they have the original like maps and characters and they're just gonna add more and expand on that, then that would be awesome. Then I'm getting kind of like the best of both worlds, I guess. Yeah, it's dark in here, all right. Birds of the coastal wetlands. It's a great horned owl, Twin Peaks-esque here. Bald eagle, American bald eagle. I had a friend telling me that they went to Alaska. She went to Alaska, and there was a huge dumpster, and there's because the American bald eagle is like a protected endangered species. They're overrun in Alaska, so like out of this huge dumpster, there were just flocks of bald eagles eating out of it like seagulls, because there's so many now. The 4 soldiers at the gate. The last one cried. Wow. I'm glad the devs got a bigger budget to work with. Yeah, it's good that they were able. I mean, it's kind of, you know, I don't want to say you're a sucker or whatever, but I feel like a lot of people bought the game thinking it would be a fully fledged game with voice acting at least. I think maybe I mean, I didn't play the game, so maybe it was good as a foundation. But maybe that's all you need is brand recognition and now they can expand and do what they wanted to do originally. Maybe they didn't have the budget to do, like you said. Now they have a bigger budget. Maybe they just didn't have that originally. Okay.
Shit.
The woman we tortured choked on her own blood. That's very reassuring. Biomes of North America. Biomes are communities of plants and animals adapted to specific environmental and climate conditions. There are 7 major North American biomes explored in this exhibit, plus the relatively recent urban biome that exists in man-made space. Ellie's breathing is very, oh god. I feel like my light just went out for a story reason more than me. The stragglers who snuck into camp, they just wanted food.
Come on, fucker.
Was that a bird? I don't know. The kid who ran into the blast, I couldn't stop him. The people in the van, we locked them in and doused it with gas. That's nice. Is that a rabbit? They definitely hear me, whatever's... Do I want to go underneath this or through that? Let's see. What was that? There is no light. Seems like someone's given up here. We wanted to end suffering. We wanted to restore humanity. Each time we sacrificed part of ourselves, our leaders kept saying, it'll be worth it. Now we've disbanded, with nothing to show for our sins. I thought coming here might reignite something, some purpose. My parents loved bringing me here. It's one of my earliest memories from before the outbreak, before all the cruelty and savagery. Those memories just made me angrier. I don't want to be in this world anymore. I can't look at the person I've become. Butterflies?
animals.
Whoa.
Shit.
Ellie?
I'm in here.
The hell was it?
It's just some animal.
Well, let's get a move on. I want to get a fire going before it gets too dark. Come on.
Hmm. All right. All right. So yeah, I have a lot to say about that, but we'll save it for next time, and we'll do it shortly, shorter than next time. But yeah, that's cool. They announced Plankton. I can't imagine how they would play. Maybe Plankton's like controlling something bigger than himself. Because imagine playing as Plankton, such a small character. But I feel like he probably like had some like mind control thing or something. That'd be cool. Yeah, Pelt Pig, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, anyone out there who wants to like, comment, or subscribe, it's always greatly appreciated. You can subscribe to Kev Plays on YouTube or follow me on Twitter at Let's Watch Series. Other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. I'll catch you all next time. Yeah, lots to say about that ending just now, what we just saw. So we'll definitely open with that next time. All right, peace out, Pulpa. And everyone else out there, have a good one.